everyone, how are we doing? So I gotta be a little quiet today because my sister is still sleeping in the other room. She's not awake yet, so hopefully I don't get too excited, but we are ready. It is time. I have no idea who it could be, but I am very, very hype. Like, I've been freaking out all morning. Oh, also, there's a huge thunderstorm nearby, so sorry about that. Hey, Brian Charm, how you doing? Yeah, I'm just. Oh man, I can't wait to see who it is. Um, my hope, my fingers crossed. Every finger crossed hope I have is Shantae, the half genie hero, because oh my gosh, she would be perfect for Smash. I love the character design. I love the story in her games. I love the plot, the character development. Oh, it's so great. I feel like she would make a great character for Smash. I know she's a spirit, but I don't think that deconfirms her. I think she still has a chance. So I am hoping that we get Shantae in Smash, because that would be the best thing ever for me. Goku, I don't think will ever happen because there's a rule in that Sakurai made. It has to be from a video game first. It has to have come from a video game before any other kind of entertainment format. So I don't think Goku will make it, unfortunately. Shantae, half genie hero. That's who I want to make it in Smash. I really want to see her in Smash because I love the character, the character development, the personality. I think her abilities would make her great for Smash. Bubsy, I don't think will make it. I don't think it's for good boys and girls, according to Sakurai. But yeah, I'm hoping this turns out good. I'm very excited, so let's look forward to seeing what we get, and yeah, let's hope this goes well. Did I change the thing on this? Okay, I did. Cool. Oh my gosh, I am beyond hyped for this. I can't really express it though because like I said, my sister is still asleep, so I can't really freak out and blow up. So I do apologize for not being able to have a huge reaction, but I might if I can't control myself. Hopefully we get something good though. I'm really hoping for Shantae though. I'm hoping everything goes for it. Nice. So here's the thing. Depending on what happens in this direct, I may or may not do another stream today later in the day for Smash Bros. It depends on if the character is released today or not. So I'm hoping we get something good. Me with $40 waiting to buy the DLC. I've already paid for it, so I bought it when it was first announced. What time is it? 7:43. Okay, we got a little bit of time left. Well, plenty of time left, but I'm just ready. Mortal Kombat, I think, is a little too, I don't know the word, like, I guess, gory for that. I don't think Sakurai would want a character from a game that bloody and gory and stuff in Smash, honestly. But Street Fighter is more of a toned down game, let's just say that, compared to Mortal Kombat. Oh, I've already paid for the DLC, so I'm getting it as soon as it comes out. I am very excited. Speaking of which, you may not, it may cut off the camera, but on. Uh-oh. Hang on. I did a dumb. There we go. That should fix it. So I've got my Switch ready for when it is released. If it's released today, I hope. Oh yeah, check for an update. Let me do it. Nope, nothing yet. But it will be. There's a good chance we are getting the new characters today. There's a good chance we're not getting the characters today. So let's hope for the best. I'm still hoping for my girl Shantae. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm hoping for something good. I'm hoping we get some info on the other fighters that are being developed. We might get something good. We might not. We never know. There's one character I don't want. I'm not going to say who because I don't want to make anyone upset. But if you watched my streams before, you might know who it is. Yeah, no, I don't want another Fire Emblem character. We've got enough of those. Unless the only way it can be a Fire Emblem character is if it's not a sword user, because Fire Emblem has plenty of other weapon classes. I think there's some potential for some better characters than just sword users from Fire Emblem, honestly. Sorry, you'll have to excuse me. I'm still waking up. It's like 7:47 in the morning, and I'm still half asleep. I got up stupid early trying to get ready for this. No, it's 6 a.m. PST. So that means Pacific Standard Time. It will be 6 a.m. Yeah, 12 more minutes. We're getting there, though. I'm very excited, for sure. I cannot wait. Oh, okay, cool. So it'll be like 8 for us. I forgot that, I'm sorry. My memory sucks. My eyes bugging me. Ugh. Ooh, it is raining out there. Yeah, we got a bit of a thunderstorm going on right now. The hype is definitely unreal. I am so ready. I'm hoping, like I said, there's one character I don't want, but like I said, I'm not going to tell you who it is just in case it does happen and people get excited. But you can probably tell who it is or you can probably tell if they are the person if I didn't want them if they get announced. And I'm running out of breath. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. And what do you guys think it'll be? Excuse me. Imagine the three sisters from Star Allies. I mean, hey, I'd be fine with that. That'd be really cool. Be a Pokemon trainer. I am curious though who it will end up being. We have about 9 minutes. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this time I actually do have an excuse for being tired. I woke up way too early. I woke around 4. So yeah, if the character is released today, I might stream some Smash later in the day. It depends on how I'm feeling, honestly. And if the character is released today, so yeah. Nice. I gotta take my headphones off for a second. My eyes are bumming the crap out of me. Next thing you know, it's delayed. Yeah. Keyboard sounds intensifies, yes. Just trying to share the stream with everyone I can. Because this is hype. 7:53. Wait, what? Did I not change that? I thought I changed that. Oh, I didn't enter. Whoops. Try refreshing. No, I don't drink coffee. But like, I am really excited for this, and I would be more loud and hype and stuff, but like I said before, my sister is asleep in the room right across the wall, so I can't. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens today. Like I said earlier, for anyone who has joined, sorry, I plan. So if the character is released today, before like 3 p.m. or whatever, I will be streaming Smash Bros. At 3. Possibly. And if not, I might stream it anyways. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I find it hilarious though, because last Thursday we had a Pokemon Direct, and this Thursday we have a Smash Direct at the exact same time. And I'm like, let me sleep in. Because I love to sleep in, man. I could sleep in like until the end of time. Yeah, 5 minutes left, guys. We're almost there. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it. I hope I've got everything set up right. 4 minutes. Do I have college? I have college starting next Tuesday. I hate it. I don't want to go to school. I mean, who does? But like, I mean, college is good because like it's better than high school because high school is torture and college is less torture because people don't care about picking on others, thankfully, because they're actually paying for their classes now. They want to actually get their education done. So thankfully, I don't have to worry about that. I'm taking a. That's a rip. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Hopefully we get something great. We got like 2 minutes left. Oh wow. That's awesome. That shows a job. We got like, oh my gosh, I'm hyped. So much hype. I want to freak out so bad, but like, I can't because my sister is sleeping. No, you. What for? Yeah, right. Yeah, hey Lisper, how you doing? Yeah, I'm still hoping it's someone when no one would have guessed as well. Also, English is hard. Johnny says their birthday is almost here. Cool. Well, I'm happy for you. Yeah, like that Brian charm. We got like less than a minute. Oh my gosh, here we go. Lurksper, where's Yumi? Have you heard from him yet? Nice. Alright, it's almost time. We got like 15 seconds. Here we go. Oh, that's a rip. He's gonna miss it. Oh well. Well, he can watch it later. But here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's hype. I actually called that right.
I'm Masahiro Sakurai, director of Super Smash
Hi,
Bros. Ultimate
Sakurai.
for Sora Limited. We'll be using today's showcase to give you a first look at our next DLC fighter.
Of course.
Actually, hardly anyone knows what we'll be announcing today, even among Nintendo staff
Wow.
worldwide.
Surprising.
The development team and other stakeholders have been working on this fighter
Dude,
with
my
the
heart is like
utmost secrecy, which means other Nintendo staff around the globe will only start making preparations for release after the showcase has been broadcast.
So
it won't be
Okay,
available
so it won't
right
be
away.
today.
Please understand that it will take a little time.
okay, that's unfortunate.
I think even many Nintendo employees will be surprised to see this and say, "Wow, really?"
Ooh, that's sick. That's interesting. I'm curious.
So, let's all share in the fun of getting our hands on the latest information.
Yes, please.
However, even if you say, "That's not the character I was picturing," I hope you don't have any hard feelings.
Oh yeah. I
We
mean,
prepared a fighter reveal video. Once it starts, I think you'll figure out who it is pretty quickly. Now, let's do this.
please be Shantae. I'm worried that's someone I don't want. What in the heck? Fire Emblem.
The time has finally come to unleash the forbidden spell of Zaharas upon our enemies!
How did it end up being a Fire Emblem?
What were you thinking, charging right into an enemy's trap? As you and I are one, I too am trapped within this void. In time, our hearts and minds will cease to be. Are you prepared to die? I thought as much. I also do not wish to die. And yet, there
I'm
is
sad.
no other choice.
It's a Fire. I mean, I didn't want a Fire Emblem
You
character as long as
must
they don't.
join Smash. Join Smash Brothers already! What in the world are you waiting for?
And here he is.
So joining Smash consumes even the darkness itself!
Of course. Another sword user. That's a rip. I mean, oh, that's an interesting move. Oh. Yep, woke up to a nightmare.
So you return, and sooner than expected. I see. Too many swordsmen, are there? And you wield the sword as well? What will you do? Huh. So that is how you plan to win the day? So be it. I reward your cleverness this time.
What now? What's this? Ooh.
How is this?
Byleth recruits Byleth.
Of anyone, you should be able to handle the hero's relics.
Okay, so different weapons. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. As long as it's not just a primary sword user, which is good.
Use Amir's overwhelming power. Unleash the blinding speed of Failnaught. Along with the sword of the creator, each weapon matches a direction. Your will and mine be now as one. To you, both sides of time are revealed. Through Smash, show the world.
I mean, it's a Fire Emblem character. It wasn't what I wanted, but it's also not what I didn't want, so I'm okay. I had a feeling this would be the case.
Yes, there you have it. Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses is joining the battle.
I mean, Sakurai's still a madman.
Fire Emblem Three Houses was released just last summer, so it's still very new. Even so, you'll soon be able to play as them in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This release is planned for January 28th.
Okay.
You'll have instant access if you have the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass, and it will also be available for purchase individually.
Hey, just even. Yeah, unfortunate.
In case you're not familiar with Fire Emblem or Three Houses, I'll explain a few things, so don't worry. First off, what is Fire Emblem?
A game I don't care about, but that's okay.
It's really hard to pronounce in Japanese. The producer said it's okay if I just say Fire Emblem. But when writing it, if you don't write Fire Emblem, the Fire Emblem police will come and get you, so please be careful. The series' first entry launched in Japan on the Famicom in 1990.
I mean, it was bound to happen,
in the genre
but
of tactical role-playing
well.
games. You might be wondering what makes it particularly tactical. Well, it's tactical in that it simulates
I
combat.
totally agree with
You can think of it as moving pieces in a board game. Or in other words, a game in which you advance units across a grid and battle. When we talk about tactical games of that era, there were lots of ones in which you command tanks, aircrafts, and so on. But Fire Emblem was unique because each unit was a specific character, sort of like in role-playing games. Plus, something made it stand out from other Nintendo products. Characters could permanently die. That's pretty direct language though, so perhaps we should just say they're sleeping with the fishes. But really, if a character fell in battle, you'd lose that unit. They'd be gone and you couldn't use them again. Recent entries in the series maintain this concept of permadeath to some degree in classic mode and what have you, but a lot of games now allow strategic withdrawals, so to speak. In the older games, your units would really be gone, never to be mentioned again. Scary. The game's stories are told like chronicles of war, with increasingly distinct characters and engrossing scenarios. Several characters also appear in the Super Smash Bros. Series, and 6 of the 7 can use a counterattack. It's their down special. There's actually a reason for this. When I was considering how to incorporate Fire Emblem fighters into Super Smash Bros. Melee, I thought it might be interesting to reflect the turn-based nature of the original game. First comes your opponent's turn. They attack and you counter.
Yep, maybe.
Next
I hope so.
comes your turn. And now, Fire Emblem Three Houses is the 17th game in the series.
Yeah, that's too many.
People who aren't Japanese in particular might be thinking, 17 games? There are that many? Well, if you include Fire Emblem Heroes in the remakes, but you don't include the Satellaview game, Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE, and Fire Emblem Warriors, then it comes out to 17 games. Let's try saying them in the Fire Emblem Can You Say It challenge. I'll give it a try.
暗黒竜と光の剣、外伝、紋章の謎、聖戦の系譜、トラキア776、封印の剣、劣化の剣、聖魔の功績、荘園の奇跡、暁の女神、新暗黒竜新紋章、覚醒イフヒーローズエコーズ風化雪月。
There you go, 17.
3 houses, that's the sign.
今
So you saw how I was counting in a weird way, right? I was counting in binary. This is 0. Fold this here and you get 1, and then you get 2, then 2 plus 1 equals 3. So this would be 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then you get 16. Add 1 and you get 17. Awesome, isn't it? You can actually count up to 31 on one hand. And if you use both hands, you can count all the way up to 1023. If you've given up counting the knots in a tatami mat, you could always give it a go. What is Fire Emblem Three Houses? In Japanese, the male version of the main character is called Bereto and the female version is called Beresu, but in English they share the same name, Byleth. Byleth becomes a professor who ends up leading one of 3 academic houses. Once you've chosen a house, you guide them through their school life and, well, you end up fighting the other houses. After a certain incident, 5 years pass, and you meet up with your grown-up students to battle against the other houses in their regions. It's a very sad game in which your former allies become enemies, turn hostile, and try to kill you. To understand the concept of Fire Emblem Three Houses, I played an early version of the game before its release. I've done the same thing before, with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, for example.
Oh, cool.
Because I couldn't wait until launch to experience it, or we'd have never made it in time. For that title, I borrowed an early version of the game for 2 days, ran around all the areas, saw the ending, and realized for the first time, I guess we can't really have Breath of the Wild's Princess Zelda as a fighter. I did the same this time, but with there being 3 houses and multiple endings, it was really hard to get a feel for it. And of course, there weren't any walkthroughs I could reference. The game has multiple routes and the outcome of each is very different. Your experience will vary depending on the route you choose, and many of the characters you meet will adopt different roles in the story. I'll try to avoid spoilers when I'm talking about the fighter. I hope you'll understand. Before my demonstration, I should point out that when I did the Terry Bogard showcase video, I mentioned that it was recorded a month in advance. But this time, we have to account for the holidays and such, so we're filming 2 months in advance of this video's release. Right now, it's actually November. Therefore, some of what I'm about to show you might differ a bit from the finished version. As always, I'm using a special in-game camera and such for demonstration purposes. Here I go.
As part of Challenger Pack 5.
So, this is our new fighter, Byleth. Sadly, they're lacking in mobility. It's maybe a bit better than Robin's, but that's about all you can say for them. Throws are not their strong point either. Their grab lacks range. But actually, you could say that they're distance demon. The hero's relic they use changes depending on the direction you input with the stick. Each of the hero's relics is a weapon that appears in Fire Emblem Three Houses. They look like bones, and there's a reason for that. First, let's talk about the weapon Byleth uses for upward inputs, the Sword of the Creator. The Sword of the Creator here is Byleth's default weapon. They use it for flurry attacks and tilt attacks, such as down tilt attacks, where it takes the form of a whip. They also use the sword for dash attacks and other moves. For their up smash attack, they'll whip the sword upward to launch enemies in the air. For their up air attack, they'll wave the whip sword overhead. The hit detection for this attack lasts for a relatively long time. The up special move is really something.
Oh yeah, that's
the sword extends like this,
that's a thing.
allowing you to do things like this. It was pretty terrifying how I knocked him into the air with that attack. And in addition, you can do awful things like this. That said, you'll launch opponents upward until their damage reaches a certain percentage. Exceed that percentage and you'll need to be careful. You may find it helpful to mid-air dodge. I've already shown this, but you can also use it to latch onto edges. So that's the up special. Now for the sideways inputs. This is Erdvar, the same name as the weapon from Celtic mythology. First, we'll go through the forward and back air attacks. As you can see, they have a long reach. Like so. Marth's air attack keeps opponents in check too, right? If Byleth does the same thing, you'd win out, so you should be able to beat it. Next, the side smash attack. This also has a long range. It'll connect even from here. Also, if you add an upward tilt, it will be stronger. And if you've knocked an opponent down, the side attack won't hit unless you add a downward tilt to aim for them. By the way, the tip of the lance is more powerful. The shaft part is weaker, so it's not suited to close combat. It won't deal much damage, and it won't launch opponents far. That's why, as a rule,
I love how
one hit
almost
with the blade
every
part
Fire
aimed
Emblem character in
upwards.
Smash has blue hair. It's just
or
funny.
downward in this case. Next,
So-
the side special move. Byleth will simply swing the lance like this, but again, it has excellent reach. For example, even when your opponent is at this distance,
I mean,
it'll still
he's
hit.
interesting. I like the side B. The side B's cool.
Actually, you can do a smash attack to charge forward a little, like this.
Oh wow.
But as you'd expect, it can be easily shielded, so be careful. Use it in midair and you'll carve up a large area.
Yeah, that's a big hitbox.
Returning to the side air attacks from earlier, they have great horizontal reach, but they lack verticality. So this complements it well, although you'll be vulnerable when you land. Now, for the downward inputs. For these, Byleth will use an axe called Emir. It's named after a weapon that appears in Ugaritic myth. First, the down air attack.
Oh,
It
that's
really
spike.
is
That's
strong.
gotta be a spike.
You
Yep,
can try
there
for
it
a
is.
meteor effect
There
with
it
this
is.
attack.
Nice.
Next is the down smash attack. A heavy swing of the axe back and forth. As you can see, it has a great deal of launch power.
That's pretty nice.
And for the down special, Byleth channels all their energy into a devastating
That's a
strike.
big hit right there.
It's a bold move, similar to the Falcon Punch, but here's what makes it different. When readying the move, there's a super armor effect,
Super armor.
which allows you to withstand an attack. Just so you know, if you execute a Falcon Punch at about the same time,
Oh my gosh,
it plays
Byleth.
out like this. It's a bit slower than the Falcon Punch, but due to the super armor effect, you have the advantage. Unless you get grabbed.
Nice. Good.
Another
Good.
notable
It needs to be
aspect is
balanced.
that it lets you pass through platforms. While you're charging up, you can breeze
Cool.
past
Okay.
platforms
I
like,
like
this
that.
to reach a lower area. It won't let you jump, but you could use it as a surprise attack. Also, you can turn around during the move.
That's cool.
The swing
I like
takes
that.
a while.
I like that.
So if an opponent runs behind you during the move, you can quickly change direction. Even though it can be hard to land a hit with this move, it can be really effective when used against a group of opponents.
Okay, I like that move. I like that move a lot.
Plus, even if you fail to land a direct hit, any opponents on the ground nearby will still be launched a little.
That's cool.
It's as if the quaking of the ground launches them. By the way, earlier I talked a little bit about the other Fire Emblem characters' moves. I don't recommend using this down special against fighters from the Fire Emblem series, because you'll just get loads of counters.
Oh yeah,
It
counter.
hits with that much power in a single attack. Counters can actually multiply the power of blocked attacks, and using easily anticipated attacks
Yeah,
like
that's
this
not
can
good,
just
that's
get you
not good.
hit by counter after counter. Next, we have the neutral moves. The bow you use is called Failnaught, which shares its name with the bow from the Knights of the Round Table. It only appears in a few neutral moves. You've got the neutral air attack. This attack is similar to a move of Pitt's and other fighters like him. It lets you spin the weapon around. It's also easy to create certain combos with it. And with the neutral special, you'll let loose an arrow. It seems pretty straightforward, right? But there are a few noteworthy aspects to this bow.
Oh.
First, the biggest difference between this bow and Link's is that once you enter the command, you can keep charging until it's ready. You can't release it partway through the charge, so when it does fire, the arrow travels at high speed. It's also very powerful.
Okay.
That said, you can still cancel out of the stance using the shield button. You can also change direction while in the stance. It works up until this point, but if you keep holding the button, you'll unleash a powerful arrow that looks like a beam of light. You can perform this move by keeping the button held down. You charge up power like so, charge a bit more, and then fire.
Wow,
But again,
okay.
you'll need
I
to
like
take
that.
care when using this move. For one, when you've powered up the move to its max, there's no way to cancel out of it. Not even with the shield button. In other words,
Okay.
you're committed to firing it. So you see, a situation like this is pretty terrible.
Yeah, I can see that.
Once you've entered the stance, you won't be able to do anything. Which means it's quite the risky attack to use against fighters who have a move with a reflector effect. But you could always just aim into the fray, as it is, after all, a long-range move, letting you deal a sudden blow to opponents. So you need to think carefully when using this projectile.
Okay, I like that.
Byleth's final smash is called Progenitor God Ruptured Heaven. In the original
That's
game,
a
there's a
great
move
name.
called Ruptured Heaven. This is an enhanced version.
That's a cool looking boss.
As you can see, you team up with the mysterious Sothis and launch an attack together. Now, let's talk about the color variations. It's set up so that the default and odd-numbered color variations are male, while the even-numbered ones are female. However, the third, fourth, and fifth colors are, as you can see, reminiscent of the house leaders.
That's cool.
Those of you who played the original game will of course understand what I'm referring to. The sixth color is based on Sothis, who you just saw earlier. And the seventh and eighth variations have a different hair color, which is based on something that occurs in the course of the original game's story. Didn't we see this variation in the final smash?
New stage. Garrick Mach
Next, I'll introduce the stage. For this one, we of course tried to recreate the place where you spend most of the game, Garrick Mach Monastery. This is how Garrick Mach Monastery is laid out in the original game. From these, we chose to have it cycle through the marketplace, reception hall, bridge, and cathedral all in one stage. It's the type of stage that rotates through different areas, such as these four. Let me introduce each of the guests that appear in these four areas. The first area is the marketplace. I think this is where a lot of people come to do their shopping. The guests that appear here are students of the Blue Lion's house, Dimitri, Dedu, and Ingrid. Not Dimitri, Dudu, or Ingrid. Their names are a bit difficult to say. They're largely from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Since it's a kingdom, that means they have a monarchy. For that reason, I guess you could say Dimitri's the future king. He had quite a difficult life and may or may not end up with just one eye. He's an unfortunate one, that one. There are vendors on either side. In the original game, these are important booths where you buy all sorts of things, but here you can break them, you see. If you do break them, the stage will expand to the left and right. I wonder where people will buy their supplies now. And in the background, you can see the gatekeeper. You often pass through this area in Fire Emblem 3 houses, and you end up talking to him a lot. Moving through these areas is possible thanks to this mysterious platform. Just when it seems like you've come to a stop, you'll come crashing back down, be broken through the ceiling and slammed into the building. And the guests in the reception hall are Edelgard, Dorothea, and Petra of the Black Eagles. Take note, it's not spelled Edelgard. They're from the Adressian Empire, and as such, they embrace their military might. Edelgard is one of the characters who is central to the conflict. Depending on the path you take, she'll go through some terrible ordeals. You'll notice there are prominent chandeliers above the stage. It's possible to knock them down. However, Byleth can't actually reach it, even though it's their stage. You can reach it with other fighters, though. So, it's nice if you can work your way up there by getting lucky and being launched up, or perhaps by using another fighter as a stepping stone. There we go, I made it. And you can knock it down. Also, you can break this table. Like so. Just like the sign that reads Furin Kazan in the Suzaku Castle stage, it can break if you launch the opponent into it at close range. Next up, the bridge. The camera rotates 90 degrees, creating this long area. It's very wide indeed. It's similar to the Bridge of Elden stage. The guests are from the Golden Deer, Claude, Hilda, and Lawrence. They belong to the Leicester Alliance. Because it's an alliance of many noble families, you could say that they have a wide assortment of members. And Claude is the sharpest of the bunch. Incidentally, both Claude and Hilda are the names of characters that appear in Genealogy of the Holy War, the 4th title in the Fire Emblem series. I guess once you've reached the 17th game and are creating 40 characters for each new entry, you're bound to get a bit of name overlap. The naming process must be tough. Hey, it looks like the Pegasus Knight is busy training. As for the bridge's design, it's just a long pathway, plain and simple. You can expect plenty of blows to be exchanged at the edges of the screen. You could also say it's a place where the fail knot really shines, and in this sense, I think it suits the Golden Deer perfectly. The last area is the cathedral, only with some platforms you can pass through. The guests appearing in the cathedral are Sedith, Flayn, and Rhea. There's Sedith, who appears to have an extremely strong bond with his sister, Flayn. She seems to be under the protection of him and Rhea, who you can see fighting during the opening of Fire Emblem 3 Houses. All three have character quirks related to their true identities. I feel that Flayn might be saying shush at this point, so I'll leave it at that. This is a simple area of the stage. All it has are these platforms. Being the last area, it may be a place where some intense battles will be waged. It'll cycle through each location in about 2.5 minutes. Okay, today we'll have a tag team battle in Squad Strike with the DLC team pitted against Fire Emblem protagonists from throughout the ages.
That's funny.
That'll give us precisely 5 players per side. Alright, here we go, Joker. Joker! And Hero! Gee, we really made a lot, huh? Banjo! By now, I think you know what I'm doing. But basically, I'm trying to defeat all 5 opponents with just the Professor here. But as expected, it's going to be a pretty tough battle, so I'm using anything I can get my hands on. It's not going to land that easily. Uh-oh, this is bad. Bennigan's. I better keep my distance. I'll use this chance to attack. Got him. That's scary. He's invincible for a moment here. Lots of explosives. Ouch. He perfect shielded that, huh? Good one. If I do this, or like so. No anti-air, huh? There, the soccer ball connected. Good, there's Mom. You're in a good spot, Mom. Ah, I shouldn't have taken that. Gardevoir. Well, I guess no one uses projectiles. At this point, it doesn't matter if Gardevoir's there or not. I feel like the enemy might get this Smash Ball. See? They got it. But I mustn't give up.
Oh my gosh, that broke
I can't
shield.
waste the chance.
Wow.
There's another Smash Ball. Yes, got it. Now, what are you charging up for? There's still more. Whack. Go on, you can take the hammer, but it's mine. Although I'm scared I might get hit with a counter in this state. I hit him. I was trying to fight using Byleth's abilities alone, but what matters is that I won. Good game. It can be fun to play like this, especially in tag team, so I think it's a good idea to try imposing different types of challenges on yourself. The end. Now, about the additional music. Since it's from the Fire Emblem series, we'll be adding each of the new tracks to all the Fire Emblem stages. There are already a lot of Fire Emblem tracks in the game. Our selection this time has been made taking those existing tracks into consideration. 11 songs are being added. This includes an arrangement of the main theme in both Japanese and English. I hope you'll enjoy these as well. We're also adding in a new spirit board. It includes the house leaders among some of the other popular characters. Sothis is Legend class. Also, there's a new classic mode route, a Heroic Legacy, which is designed to let you enjoy classic Fire Emblem stages from throughout the series' history. The final battle is against Master Hand and Crazy Hand, but you'll find that something pretty amusing happens, so look forward to that. Now for the Mii Fighter costumes. Please take a look.
Thing a lot of people have been waiting for. Possibly? I don't know. Let's see what we get. Oh my gosh, he's an assassin. Oh no, wait, never mind. I thought it was something else. I thought that was Assassin's Creed. Ew. I still think that's a terrible franchise. More Mega Man? Wow. And more Mega Man. Oh my gosh. I mean, I might have had one, it looks cool. I will not be getting the Rowdy. I do not like them at all. Hey, give us a teaser for the next character. Come on.
はい、今回新
This
しく
time, we're releasing a Cuphead costume. And for those of you who purchased the Cuphead costume, an additional song will be added. It's called Floral Fury, and it's the theme that plays when fighting Cagney Carnation. I hope you enjoy these as well. After purchasing a costume, I recommend using the sharing feature. If someone has created a Mii fighter, you can play using the costume it's wearing immediately after you download it. And now, onto the amiibo. The color palette for Dark Samus looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Dark Samus and Richter are planned for release on Friday, January 17th.
Okay, cool.
And now, with the addition of Violet, the Fighter's Pass is finally complete. The lineup was Joker, Hero, Banjo and
The
Kazooie,
28th is his
Terry
dad's
Bogard,
school.
and Violet.
So I'm gonna do a stream that day for Byleth.
From more than 70 fighters, only 5 have been added. But I must say, this game has always been an exceptional experience. And since the roster was already so large to begin with, right from the start, we intended to make the most out of the new gameplay mechanics and so on. There really were a lot of new mechanics, weren't there? When we add a new fighter, we don't simply make their attacks or their movements a little different. Instead, we try to offer you a whole new style of play. As I stated, we'll continue to release more DLC fighters down the line. I had thought that 1 or 2 might suffice, but, well, have a look.
Oh man, here we go. Even more fighters in development. Yes! Another fighter pass! 11!
Looks like there will be one more fighter than last time.
Yes.
For this reason, we will be releasing the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass Volume 2. It will be available for
Okay,
pre-purchase
I'm buying
on
that.
the date shown, so please keep an eye out. And now that it's official, we intend to move ahead with development. Of course, like last time, the contents will remain unknown for now, and I'm personally very sorry that we have to release Fighters Pass Volume 2 when the details have yet to be revealed. Like last time, I'd be very grateful if, despite that, you would understand why and purchase it. Furthermore, the new additions have already been decided. Even if I receive many requests regarding potential candidates on Twitter, I'm afraid it would be very hard to consider them.
That's just awesome that he's
But I still
shooting
hope
down.
you'll look forward to it. We're also
Yeah, right?
including a bonus with Fighters Pass Volume 2. Last time, it was a Rex costume. But this time, here's what we have.
Character? Oh.
It's a Mii Fighter costume for Mii Sword Fighter, the ancient soldier gear from The Legend
Oh, I
of
got
Zelda
it.
Breath of the Wild.
That's cool.
This will not be for sale individually, so it can only be acquired as part of Fighters Pass Volume 2.
Lastly,
It's been reported that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the highest selling fighting game in the world.
yeah.
Personally, I don't know if it counts as simply a fighting game, but I guess it's seen as a fighting game around the world. Seems like Street Fighter 2 was in the lead for a while, but now Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has surpassed it in total sales. However, I'm not sure if this is accurate. There were 5 versions of Street Fighter 2, or 6 to 7 if we really want to get into the weeds. Plus, there's the arcade versions and the 25 ports to other systems, so I don't know if that's been accounted for. Also, I don't know if that really qualifies as one game. It's up for discussion. So, who knows? But when it comes to a single piece of software, it seems like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is number 1.
Smash
Although
Run,
I still
please.
don't know if it can really be called just a fighting game. I feel like it's become more than a fighting game, some sort of celebration of gaming or something else
Yeah, it is.
entirely. Also, I feel a deep attachment to the 5 DLC fighters. The first Fighters Pass just wrapped up, but it was decided that there will be more DLC,
I
which
still want
means
Shantae.
no breaks for me. I plan to keep working hard, so I hope you can continue to support us.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you.
No teaser? No teaser. Well, that was fun. I enjoyed that. That was good. He does need a break. I definitely agree. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed that. Unfortunately, it was not who I was hoping for. It was a Fire Emblem character. It was a sword user, but they aren't primary sword users, so that's good. But I think that's gonna be about it. So hopefully y'all enjoyed, and I hope to see you again very soon. So until then, I'll see you later.